for today, we're going to start on the rowing machine. If you don't have a rowing machine at home, then just use this time to go outside for a nice brisk walk or something like that. We're getting some nice weather, so hopefully that's manageable. If you do have a rowing machine, this is ideal because it really simulates the motion that you're going to be doing in your dragon boating. It's a little bit different, but it's still pretty close. So with the rowing machine, every rowing machine is going to be a little bit different, so depending on what you have, you can adjust the resistances as you see fit and whatever's comfortable for you, but we definitely want to get our heart rate up doing this. So we just want to make sure that we're pushing with our legs first and then pulling with our arms and squeezing our shoulder blades together at the top. So push, pull, push, pull, squeeze. Just like this. We want to keep our elbows up a little bit higher to work our upper back, or a little bit lower to work our mid back. So entirely up to you, whatever's comfortable. So if you happen to have access to a rowing machine, this cycle is just going to be a 1 minute interval, as hard as you can for the minute, and then take about a minute break, and then do that again between 3 and 5 times depending on how you're feeling breathing wise, cardiovascularly. We want to make sure that that heart rate gets up a little bit. Again, if you don't have a rowing machine, go outside for a nice brisk 10-minute walk where that heart rate elevates a little bit. So your next exercise is a set of farmer's carries upstairs. I don't have any stairs in this facility to use, but the essentials for the farmer's carry are that we just have 2 equal weights on either side so that we're not dipping and uneven. Honestly, the most perfect thing to use is a set of big pails full of water, and then just fill them up to whatever weight that you are able to carry comfortably. And then we just go up and down sets of stairs. We want to have our shoulders rolled back and set nice. We don't want to be hunching over like this carrying them. So rolled up, chest out, and we're doing our stairs. For reference on your farmer's carries, the bags that you would have been using in the gym would have been, depending on which bag you used, if it was a black bag with the red handle, it's about 10 kilograms or 20 pounds. If you use the blue bags, those are 20 kilograms or 40 pounds. All right, our next exercise is a set of squats. In the gym, you guys use some weighted bars. If you don't have a weighted bar at home, I would still like you to try and find a bar type because it's gonna keep you a lot straighter than if you have 2 separate weights. So if you have a rake, a handle, a broom would be great, anything like that. And we're just gonna set it on the back of our shoulders. We still want our neck to be in a neutral position. We don't want our neck to be pushed forward, so it should go in that little groove, and this is going to keep my shoulders square while I'm doing my squats. So for the squat, we want to make sure that our knees aren't going to fall inwards, so we should always see our big toes on the inside of our knees, and then we're just going to drop our butt as low as what's comfortable and push up. Low and push up, and I can push a little bit into the back of my broomstick because that's going to keep my chest nice and square and up. If I didn't have the broomstick in the back, we might want to get this lean forward. So that's why I recommend having the stick across our back. Also making sure that we're not falling in like this. Push those knees out and go down. If we can only go down this far, 100% okay. Just making sure that we're able to push up without pushing crooked. Our next exercise is a single arm lat pull down. This is my most favorite exercise in the world because it really targets those back muscles. And for you guys, those are going to be your primary movers and shakers when you're doing your dragon boating. So for this one, in the gym, we have seated options. I'm at a different location right now, so I don't have a seated option, so I'm just sitting on the floor. But we want to have, if you have access to a gym, unfortunately if you don't, we're going to have to stick to those bent over rows for now.
just because of access to equipment. So if you're doing the single arm lat pull down at the gym, all you want to do is make sure that it's nice and high above the shoulder that you're working. We want to make sure our shoulders stay square and set in the back. We don't want to be hunched over and just pulling like this. We want to have our chest out nice and high, and then we're going to pull this elbow down to our hip, straight to the side, just like this. And then, so you'll do 10 on one side, and then flip, do 10 on the other side. One thing to mention with the lat pull downs, if you're doing these at the gym, the more leaned back we get, the more we're recruiting our biceps. So we're still gonna be working our back either way, but if you are wanting to use more of your back muscles, stay upright a little bit more and pull down to shoulder level. If you're wanting to strengthen your biceps a little more, if you feel like that's one of the weak points that you struggle with, lean, have our hips at about a 45 is maybe an extreme, but about a 45-degree angle, and then we pull down to our chest.
So our next exercise is a chest press. I'm pretty sure we did this one last week. This week we were focusing on using the chest press machine at the gym. So if you are going to the gym and doing this workout, please use the chest press machine that's on the lower level. If you're at home doing it, it's the same as what we did last week. So we want to make sure that our back is supported. So you can either lay flat on the ground and do this, or if you have a bench, you can have it so that the back is tilted just slightly. And then we're just going to start at about our chest level and push straight out. You can touch in the middle and come back and out. Our last exercise is laying leg lifts today. So we did the flutter kicks last week. If you find that you're strong enough to make those a little bit tougher, then we can do these lying leg lifts. If you really struggled with those flutter kicks, I would stick with the flutter kicks, how you were doing them last week. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna lay back. We're gonna have our hands beside our butt, and we're just gonna lift our legs up and down. Up and down. If we don't let our legs sit on the ground, it's gonna be tougher. So if you wanna make it even a little bit more challenging, keep your legs only a couple inches from the ground and then lift them up. And let them back down a couple inches from the ground and lift them back up.